So it is officially December 17th, which means it is now the beginning of the Christmas at Hogwarts Magical Readathon. And I'm pretty excited because this is the first time I'm actually in time to participate in a magical readathon after hearing about a couple from Abigail's channel. And so yeah, I technically got a little bit of a start into it right at midnight last night before I went to sleep, and got a little ways further into my book, but now it is about 11:20 and it is time for me to get back into it because I slept in a little bit. It took me till almost like 10 something to get up today because I didn't want to really wake up. Recurring issues, but anyway, so now I have to get back into things. So coincidentally, I just finished checking the mail and I just got my new pack of prints from Shutterfly today as well. So went through that real quick and coincidentally happened to have ordered a print of the Readathon map. Though of course, unfortunately, some of it is cut off at the bottom, like where the Christmas feast is at the bottom was cut off, unfortunately. But anyway, so I'm starting at the top here where it says finish your coursework. Is of course with me finishing off Stalking Jack the Ripper. I have gotten the first two books in the series from the library. I'm going to kind of end this here and see how far I can get to finishing this because I have work all this week. So it's going to be interesting to see how well I can actually get through this. A lot of it is going to depend on how busy the calls are. But usually things slow down a good bit after like 8 o'clock on most nights. So that's when I get a bulk of my reading done during the daytime outside of like being at home. So here goes nothing. So it is now a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I have been trying to read through a bunch of this, but it's been very difficult the last few minutes because I was literally like, I couldn't stay awake hardly, and it was a real struggle, and I ended up taking like a 5-minute just like moment to close my eyes for a minute. And now I am trying to have lunch to see if that will help a little bit, and I have about like 30 minutes or so until it is time for me to start getting ready and leaving for work. And so far have gotten to page 243. And there's like 318 pages, so 53 of 63. So about 70 pages left. So I read about 30, 40. No, I read about 50 pages there. So I was about 190 before. So not all too bad overall, with like barely an hour-ish of reading, but hopefully I'll get through more of this and finish this today. I'm hoping not to take any longer than just today at some point to finish reading this, and hopefully move on from there. But we shall see how it goes. And I'm gonna eat and try and get this done before it's too late and I have to go to work. Like a little after midnight, and I'm just getting home from work. And today's been a terrible day, start to finish. A lovely like 2-hour panic attack because I came into work to find emails. Where are my stinking keys at? There. So I got an email from internet service. They are doing, well, first I got an email from Surge Training, which is what they've been having everyone in service do when things get super crazy and backed up in emergency roadside service. They've been teaching us to basically take a surge calls, which are basically when they call out a surge, anyone who has been trained to take roadside service calls from other departments have to take them when they come in to try and make sure everyone's taken care of. And my whole team is being trained tomorrow from 4 to 10:30, which is all but 1 hour of our shift. Well, technically 2 hours, but I also got an email from internet service saying, hey, we're doing testing this week tomorrow, same day as surge training, and we're doing it just this time. And so now I have an hour and a half of testing for internet service at 3 until 4:30, and then I'm going straight to surge training 30 minutes late to figure that whole crap out. And it's gonna be crazy. But fingers crossed, it goes well. Sorry, I'm quiet, whispering, but it's midnight and it's quiet out here, and I have to go. Since everything was crazy and there was hardly any downtime even the whole day, there was only a couple of very brief, like 2-minute waits for like between 8 to 9, well, technically 8:30 to like 9:15-ish maybe, at best. I got a little bit of my waiting done. I got the bulk of it done before my work shift started while I was waiting for my desk partner to end her shift because I always get to work like an hour early. So I finished all but like the last 10 to 15 pages of Stalking Jack the Ripper before work. And it took me literally my entire shift. Like, I did not finish this book until right at the end of my last shift, for the last break for the shift. And it was ridiculous. But overall, the story was pretty intense. It is some gruesomeness. A little bit more than I had anticipated, but not terrible. Just enough where I'm just like, I would read a part of like what they're doing with like the autopsies and such and be like, I did not need to try and picture that. Now I don't know how to get it out of my brain for like 5 minutes. But the story was pretty good. I did not actually anticipate that ending and reveal. I figured there would probably be like a last minute twist to who it actually ended up being. There goes my alarm. I figured there would probably be a twist to who the actual Jack the Ripper was, but I was not actually anticipating it being the person it ended up being. So, I liked it. I am still kind of intrigued to continue with the series. Still kind of about the Dracula one, but definitely interested to see how Houdini works out. So yeah, it's gonna be a thing. And then since I finished that right at the end of my break, I pretty much just had enough time to move my bookmark to my next book, which is the Phantom Tollbooth, for helping Hagrid decorate the trees. And yeah, it's gonna be a thing. So I'm going to probably figure out what I'm going to do for like my evening sack and go settle out in the other room to read some Phantom Tollbooth because I'm like so wired. I cannot go to sleep right after work. I always am up till like 2 or 3 o'clock unless it's like a really crazy day and I'm just like, nope, I can't. And then, considering I do have JK cast and stuff tomorrow, I may end up actually going and dropping this back off at the library. I'm not entirely sure though. I may. Would be good to just kind of knock it out, and probably be good to grab a few groceries and the like and grab gas. So I may cut it a little bit into my readathon time tomorrow to get some errands done, including trash. I really need to take care of the trash. Should have done it like Wednesday, but we did. Anyway, so that's where we're at with the readathon. Sorry this is super quiet, but people are home and it's late. But anyway, say hello to Kitty. Hello. I guess she got all of her cuddles in already. She always demands my attention the moment I get home every night. Oh, is she coming? She does that crap. Anyway, I should not be putting this off any longer. I have already got so much to do. If I'm gonna get through this readathon, I need to get cracking. Today is the second official day of the Magical Feast Readathon Christmas at Hogwarts thing, and so I did get a little bit into my second book yesterday, the Phantom Tollbooth. I read for maybe about an hour and a half-ish, after I caught up on things with like updating my review-ish and everything in my reading journal for Stalking Jack the Ripper. And I got about 74 pages in. And then I haven't read it yet this morning because I've been kind of crazy running a quick couple of errands, so it ended up taking a little bit longer. I went ahead and returned Jack the Ripper to the library and got gas and went by Kroger for a few odds and ends, like milk because mine's about to expire, things like that. And I came back to mail. So first being my ipsy bag for December, which I have been waiting forever to show up because tracking is like the one sad thing in shipping with ipsy, because they use DHL and then they send it to USPS for final delivery, and DHL is super slow and like does not do well with updating things. So it's just been sitting there with no updates saying it was in Atlanta for like the last week, and it's just like, okay, why aren't you moving? But anyway, it is finally here, and it's so pretty. It's got sparkles all over it. Holy crap. And I'm gonna break it, obviously. Because, what if it's like the mermaid ones that flip? Nope. It would have been interesting though. I wouldn't have put it past them, but it's all gold and shimmery. And then the back is just kind of plain. But I like it. It's very cool. What do we have inside is the real question. It would be nice if I was actually showing my face, wouldn't it? Be merry, be bright, be bold, be you. Check inside for our holiday gift to you, a bonus 6 glam bag product. So let's see. First of all, we have another makeup brush. I love getting the makeup brushes from them because I know they're pretty quality. And I get a little assortment, and I've liked them so far. I've only had 2 of them, but anyway. Makeup brush number 3. It is real tiny at the end there. It says it's from Earth. I don't know if I can get that to focus there. Wait. Says? Nope, I just can't read. It says Farrah. My bad. Oh my gosh. Then we have this little packet of facial radiance pads, which exfoliate, tone, and brighten. Interesting. It says First Aid Beauty on it. Anyway, interesting. I might actually try that out. Then we have Glitter Flipped by Ciate, London. I'm dropping everything. I'm such a fail. So, this Transforming Glitter Liquid Lipstick in Infamous. I think I saw a post about the glitter lipstick from some brand recently. I don't know if it was this one. I don't think it was even an ipsy like post, but anyway, it'll be interesting to try. Then we have eyeliner by Stowaway in the color Spice. Maybe if I can open it one-handed, that would be cool. Skills. So it's this tiny little thing here. And then we open it. This requires 2 hands. And that's it there. I don't know. I usually don't go too much for like the browns for eyeliner. I usually go for black. I might end up still giving that to my mom. I don't know. We'll see. Just figure it out. Close this sucker back up. Hopefully. Somehow. The flap is bent. I just want to go back in. Anyway. Then we have this thing, which is a 2-in-1 cleanser from Juice Beauty. Interesting. We'll see how that works. And the last thing in here, what are you? Look fancy. What is it though? I feel like it's maybe a perfume. It feels like it's a perfume. It looks like it's a perfume. Hopefully it's a good one. Open. Open this stupid thing. Nope, I stand corrected. It's nail polish. They really like sending me nail polish. It's an interesting color though. It's like a gray with a little bit of purplish in it, but mostly gray. Interesting. I've gotten a couple that are like the Sunday brand, but this is a new one called Trust Fund Beauty. I don't know what color this is meant to be though. Doesn't really say. I don't think I saw it anywhere there. Unless that's it here where it just says 10-free. I don't know. But that's what I got. In the bag is all the things. So we've got some interesting choices to check out. There. Put this all away for later because I already did my makeup for today. So that I look professional and such for my pre-interview testing work thing for applying to internet service today, so try that another day. And then I also got this lovely box from Amazon, which I was not expecting, so I'm pretty sure it's a gift from someone. And yep, there's a gift bag. I ain't gonna open it, I'm just gonna see like who it's from, because I already got something from Shirley and Edward. And this one's from Ed's mother. She's really good at giving me presents like all the time. So we have this. I feel like it's most likely a movie of some kind. Maybe a book if it's a hardcover, but I'm pretty sure it's a movie. We shall see. Ain't opening it yet. So, there is mail for the day. I am going to eat my lunch and try and get some more reading done before I have to head out, because what time is it? I'm looking for my phone, and my phone is in my hand recording this video. Sounds some kind of special. Tablet, save me. What time is it? 11:58. So I have a little bit of time actually. So I have about an hour and 45 minutes ish till I have to get the heck out of here. It's gonna be a lovely day. I don't know if I'm gonna get really any reading done because we're gonna be training all day. Literally, I'm doing testing from 3 to 4:30, then going straight to surge training, and that's supposed to take from all the way till like 10:30, and then we just have one last hour before we go home, so it's gonna be crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna get working on all that, put this with the other gifts in the room. Yeah. Messy with the boxes here, but this is so far what we have for a setup for the tree for this year. Got a couple of like Christmas things. These candy canes too. A little bit. So I can put that there. Put this with my bookshelf. And yeah. That's the other present I have. And then my stuff for Ed and my Secret Santa gifts all in my closet still, because I still have to wrap them. But I'm lazy, so I haven't done it yet. Granted, I have like a week and a half. Well, like a week for Ed stuff, and then like a week and a half for the other stuff for Family Secret Santa. Anyway, fun times had by all. I'm gonna eat lunch now and like read and stuff. So my phone is literally like about to die, but we're gonna try and make this really quick. So it's officially about to be midnight. Just got home from the craziness that was today between going in for the testing for internet service and then going to surge training directly afterwards. Testing itself took a little bit longer than usual, partly because we did have some delays, like they had a shadow with an agent, for about 30 minutes before we even started the testing, and then in the middle of the third test, it was like 15 minutes in out of the 40 minutes they give us to work on it, and I got a notification that just blocked out everything that I was typing in there, and said I had a network issue. That meant I had to reset the test, and I was just like, no, because I had like done so much thought process into it already, and I was just like, no, please don't. And they were like, yeah, there's something wrong with whatever's going on with this particular computer, so yeah, you're gonna have to go to another computer and start over. And thankfully they let me like try and jot down what I'd gotten so far and like copy it. But yeah, overall I feel pretty good about it. It was pretty like on par with what we did when we did new hiring testing for initially going into regular service. So for the most part, like I like the first two sections I felt super confident about because it was pretty easy for me, but the third part was one where it was a little bit trickier, and so that's the only one where I'm like a little bit nervous about, but overall I still have a pretty good feeling about everything, and hopefully I will hear back from them soon. I don't know. I was just asking, like, do you have an ETA or anything about like when we might hear back further about this? And like, yeah, I don't know how long it'll take because today's my last day. I'm assuming he must be going on vacation for Christmas or something. I don't know. Didn't specify, but anyway, hopefully I'll hear back from them sometime soon about it. Hopefully it'll be good news because it'll be awesome. I got to sit with them for a little bit and ask them a few questions about things to kind of see how it all worked, and for the most part it like looks and sounds like I'm gonna pretty much have the time of my life over there. Like, it's pretty much as close as I can get currently to like what I've been kind of wishing for from various pieces and things of other jobs, where pretty much you just go through the emails in your inbox, answer them, or take care of transactions as needed, and a lot of it is pretty straightforward stuff. Most of it comes from just like things that just won't automatically go through. It's not all just like customers that, you know, may have a quote not going through because something may be incorrect with it, like I've had before, but more so in terms of like sometimes when you're making changes close to a renewal and we have to make the changes on current and renewal side separately, just like crap like that. So I feel pretty good about not all of it's going to be like super crazy stuff going on there. And then I was like, so how many calls do you guys take on average, like each day? And she's like, well, not really like a day, maybe like 2 or 3 a week. And as soon as she mentioned that, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty much sold on this job now, and I'm just like desperate, hoping that I get chosen because it'd be just perfect, hopefully. I mean, it's still insurance, which is still kind of like not really what I'd love to be in, but all things considered, that schooling has been crazy trying to figure out what I would want to even do, and 2, trying to figure out the whole funding situation, because everything always like is a complete mess and won't add up together for me to really work on it. At least with the way things have been going so far, I can't really ask for much better, especially for something that'll accommodate me and my kind of like personal needs in terms of the whole anxiety situation. So hoping everything goes well. I will try and update more as I hear more, but at this time I don't know when that'll be. Also, they haven't released when we're getting time off next week, even though I requested like before Thanksgiving, like 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. I think we had to have everything in by. But here we are now, officially less than a week before I'm supposed to try and take my vacation that I requested, and I still have no idea if it's approved or not because they have not confirmed agents for their vacation for Christmas. Usually it's a lot better for other holidays, but there's some real backup lag on this holiday, so I'm just anxious to hear back. And I really need to get a move on with Christmas stuff because I still haven't wrapped like any of the gifts other than just like when I stuffed some of Eleanor's things into a bag. But I don't want to just put everything in Amazon bags because I have like 5 rolls of gift wrap that I should really take advantage of, and I have some things that are smaller and could really work with the gift wrap as well. So
hopefully I will manage to find time this week to actually get that taken care of and figured out. But anyway, I am not going to sit in here talking to myself in my car for very much longer because it's already awkward and weird if anyone looks out the window. Anyway, so yeah, that's all of that. The only other thing really to kind of catch up on is of course, readathon that I'm participating in. I am still working on helping Hagrid decorate the trees with reading the Phantom Tollbooth with the gold detailing on the cover. I have gotten a lot of reading done on it though. Like, I went to bed last night at about 2 a.m. having gotten like 74 pages into it, and I got a good bit done before the testing started, and that's about as far as I've gotten. Like, I did maybe one page while I was waiting to transition from the second to the third test, maybe like half a page even, and then like maybe half a page when we had a brief break during the surge training later at like 9 o'clock, and then I got about a chapter in on my 30-minute break at the end of the day, like my official proper break. So now I think I'm on page 184, so I've read like 110 pages today, and there's only like 250 total, so I'm not that far away from the end. Like, honestly, I'm like 94, 204, 214, 224, 234. So I'm like right at 60 pages to the end. So I might actually be able to finish that tonight. If not, there shouldn't be any reason why I should not be able to finish it before work tomorrow. But we'll see how things go. Anyway, I'm officially going to go now, and yeah.
So it is basically 12 o'clock, and this morning has been ridiculous trying to get up because I am just so tired even now. I slept until like almost 10:30 to begin with. And then got up, had breakfast, like checked my phone and then just was so tired. I was just falling asleep, just checking email and such for a few minutes, and then decided to go ahead and take another nap, and basically went and slept until 11:45 now. And I'm still just super tired. Yeah. Yeah. Don't eat my hair. No? No pets? She cuddled with me this morning, though. Oh, Nina. So yeah, it's been a super sleepy morning, and oh my god, I haven't done any reading yet. I barely got anything done last night as it was, because I unfortunately let myself fall into a YouTube hole, and just like, yeah. I didn't end up starting reading until like 1:45, and then I was like I managed to read for like maybe 30-ish minutes or so, 30 to 45-ish, and got a little bit more done, but not much at all. And so I still have most of the same left. I'm on page 193, so I got like 9 pages, and so it was really sad, but I do only have like, there's like 256 in there, so right about 60 pages, so before it was like closer to 70. I know I read like maybe another chapter-ish, I don't know. Everything's kind of blending together, but I'm gonna try and finish this off, and get lunch and everything, and try and actually take care of the trash, because I keep putting it off and then I end up being late, leaving for work, late for me anyway, and then just don't get it done. And I really need to get it done because we've got so many boxes to toss out from Amazon orders and such. And you know, something needs to change. I'm exhausted, like, all the time. It needs me some days to, like, catch up on some proper sleep and just, like, chill. I'm just desperately hoping that I hear very, very soon about whether I'm going to have next week vacation or not, because they still have not told us anything. And literally, it is Wednesday now. Wednesday before Christmas, and I don't know if I'm gonna be off or not, except for Christmas Day. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna try and knock this out real quick and figure out everything else. I'm so tired, it's not even funny. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this here. All the yawning because all was tired. So I am now back at home after work. Today is Wednesday the 19th, which means it is the third day of the Christmas at Hogwarts Magical Readathon / the Magical Feast. So I've been trying to work on reading more. Today was a little bit more laid out back at work. There was a little bit of wait times, like half the day was about 2 to 3 minutes between calls, and there was a brief bit just after lunch where it was like 6-minute waits for a small period of time. Good. Someone's coming. No sneeze either. So anyway, I did try and take advantage of what downtime I could out of the day, while also trying to focus on trying to get calls per day back up, because unfortunately after Monday and Tuesday's disasters, I fell below the 3. I'm at 2.7 and it's not good. But I'm trying to pull it back up to a 3 before the end of the week, just in case I do actually get the week off next week, because then it will be too late. And these kitties will not stop trying to get in. Hey! To your faces. haven't heard back on if I have my vacation next week or not. And it is literally the end of the day Wednesday. There is only 2 more technical business days for them to tell us who did or did not get off next week. So right now, either they're really far behind, or they only updated those who actually approved it, and I just wasn't one of the lucky ones. And they just haven't given anyone else closure, which is just as rude, honestly. Anyway, so all of that discarded for the moment. I have been working on book 3 of the readathon, which is meeting up at the 3 broomsticks, and it is choosing a book that should only take a day or an evening to read. And I did choose Beauty by Susan Wilson. It is probably one of my smallest books, smallest/shortest, not the shortest or smallest, but one of them that I've been looking forward to reading. It is exactly 200 pages, and it's pretty tiny, like it's about as big as my hand roughly, and it's only 200 pages. Now the text is somewhat small, but not that bad. So considering that I didn't start it until I got to work and I was running late today, so I didn't really have much downtime. I had maybe 10 minutes to read rather than like 45 that I usually have while I'm waiting to get my computer free. So I ended up finishing out at 70 pages so far out of the 200. So again, gonna try and finish this tonight. Hopefully I won't fall into the YouTube rabbit hole or anything like I did yesterday. What was the hour, girls? I'm trying to also keep up with Haley and Bookland's Bookmas vlogs videos things, so yeah. Anyway, so that's that. Hopefully I can finish it tonight, and then I can move on to book 4, which is to be The Perks of Being a Wallflower. So here's something. So far I'm doing pretty good, because technically so far I'm 2 for 2. So we'll see. I still have the majority of the week left to go. So hopefully I can keep my track record and only spend like a day and a half per book and finish on time. If not, hopefully early. That would be cool too if I could finish early. But I'm gonna see how it goes. I also still have to wrap my gifts for people because this morning I was just so exhausted beyond belief. I could not get anything done. It was a miracle I even managed to psych myself up enough to do the trash at the last hour, which is why I ended up running a bit late for work. At least in comparison to what I usually do. I still got there 30 minutes early rather than an hour and 15 minutes. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to start charging my phone, go read, do the things, and hopefully I can get myself pulled together enough that I can do Christmas gifts tomorrow or something. I don't know, but it really needs to be done because Ed's gifts in particular are the ones that are not wrapped, and they're the ones that need to be wrapped soonest. I need to get this on the road. Anyway, I'm gonna end this here, go do some reading. So as is kind of becoming a bit of a theme for the week, I did not finish my book last night like I intended to. I did get a good bit of progress, but I did somewhat fall into the YouTube rabbit hole as well because of things. So yeah. So when I did end up reading last night, I did get up to page 107, so that's about 37 pages-ish, roughly. Should be 37, because I think I left off at page 70. So not all too bad, considering I didn't really read too long before I literally was falling asleep here on the couch. But hopefully I can get that knocked out pretty soon, and then move on to Perks of Being a Wallflower. It is just after 12 o'clock. I have actually been a lot more awake than the last couple of days, thank God. So I was able to kind of wake up at a decent hour and stay awake, but unfortunately I got distracted with things on Instagram where there was like quizzes for like which Hogwarts house, like what percentage of which Hogwarts house you are in, and like Ravenclaw bingo and such, and then my whole morning went and just fell into that hole. So yeah, that's what happened. So from here, what I'm trying to do, since it is the next last day before the week of Christmas, when people may or may not be at work, including myself, because I'm still waiting to hear about my vacation, hopefully today, we'll see. I am going to spend a brief moment, hopefully only a brief moment, putting together little candy bags. I picked up some stuff for my team, so I have a few of these little Santa hat Hershey Kisses, if the glare will not take up the whole screen. And then just a bag of assorted Hershey mini chocolates, like Mr. Good Bar, regular Hershey's, Crackle, the likes. So just very simple assortment. And so yeah, I'm gonna put those together real quick so I can bring them to work, just in case people aren't here tomorrow / next week. Which hopefully I won't be one of those people who will be there next week, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna knock that out real quick, try and read, and then yeah, I have to go to work again because today is lovely outside. It is just raining everywhere. It's just great. Anyways, Kitty, what are you doing? Kitty? Anyway, yeah, I'll leave this here now. I just finished with putting together all the little Christmas goodie bag things for work, and this is pretty much the final result. Not too many pieces of candy, unfortunately, because it was a little bit of a smaller bag, but all the same. Then half of them have the Santa hats for my team. Unfortunately, they're a little too expensive for everyone on the row, since we're like a double team, but anyway. At least everyone on the whole row will get chocolates for the little ones. And then because I didn't have enough of the tiny bags, it felt bare with like the bigger bags. So I also ended up sticking in hot cocoa and apple cider to kind of fill it out a little bit more. So yeah, that's basically what I ended up doing. Because I accidentally bought like overstock of hot cocoa and apple cider because I forgot I still had some. So anyway, so I put them all in the little green Amazon gift bag, and I'm gonna take them to work like that. And now that it is 12:40, I need to figure out food and figure out this whole reading thing so I can try and get this done. Bye. So it is now day 5 of the magical readathon, and I did manage to finish Beauty. Sorry, still waking up. Better than the beginning of the week, but still waking up. So I finished Beauty yesterday. It took a little bit longer than I wanted. I didn't end up finishing it until around, I think, my lunch break. I say lunch break, but technically it's dinner because it was like 8 o'clock. Somewhere between 8 or 8:30-ish, I finished the book, I believe. And then I did manage to get a brief start into The Perks of Being Wallflower, which is my next reading choice. And this is for the reading challenge of exchanging exchanging gifts with others in the common room. And so you're supposed to read a book about friendship or featuring friendship, and that is where I have picked this one. And I didn't read too much last night. I got to page 44 before the end of my work shift, which is pretty decent considering it was somewhat busy. I mostly got the progress done during my 30-minute break. Since we had training that happened the first half of the day, I didn't take any breaks till the end of the day. And then I didn't actually read it all when I came home because I was filing everything away, writing in my reading journal for finishing Beauty, and technically also Phantom Tollbooth because I hadn't taken care of that yet the other day. And I actually found out that there is a TV movie adaptation of Beauty that came out in like 1998. So I stayed up till about 3:30 watching that instead of reading. But it was pretty nice. I wish they had included like the epilogue-ish of it. But I did like getting the chance to watch it overall. So, alright, my phone is like seriously getting full, so I'm gonna have to take care of that as well. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. And then I really need to wrap as gifts today. Oh, yep, we just switched to SD. We're officially out of space on the actual phone. Okay, fun. So yeah. I have to wrap as gifts today because this is officially the Friday before Christmas, and I still don't know if I'm gonna be off next week or not. I'm assuming I will be working because I just can't see why they wouldn't like send out approvals or anything this late in the game, but they never sent out an email or anything saying, hey, if you haven't heard, you haven't heard, or anything like that. So, lovely times. And so, all sleepy. Anyway, I'm gonna go take care of gifts and stuff and then try and do some reading. But overall, it's going real good because it's day 5 of like 10 and I only have 2 books left. Yay. I finished with all of my wrapping for the Christmas gifts for this year, and so I have this little pile. And so I have these 3 all for Ed here. And since I'm not going to be editing this for ages, I do not have any qualms with going ahead and mentioning that this is basically from his wish list. There's like a telescoping tool thing. Let me take a look at this receipt. It'll actually tell me the name of this crazy thing. If I can find the paper, that'd be cool. Come out. So it is a telescoping magnetic pickup tool, is what it is. And then for this one, this is a gift that I had saved on my idea list for a little while, which is a replica of the Death Note book, which has like a little feather pen thing with it. And then last of all, we have a copy of The Nightmare Before Christmas, since that's one of his favorite-ish movies from a while back. And then these are all for Eleanor, who is my Secret Santa recipient for the year. Since she actually didn't end up getting gifts from her Secret Santa assignments the last couple years, I went ahead and made sure I took care of her. So we have some cat eye sunglasses. We have a library pocket kit, which she even had put directly onto her wish list, so I grabbed it from there, even though I totally wanted to get it for her anyway. This was from a BuzzFeed gift list, and I just thought it would be cute to give to her. This one is steampunk goggles, which were on her personal wish list. And this last one here is a Gryffindor socks, which have like a fake lace-up design on the front. And this was also something I randomly stumbled on I think it was either Amazon or a BuzzFeed list, I don't remember for sure. And so I grabbed those as well. So that's basically what we're looking at for Christmas. And thank God I finally got it done. Only at the very, very last minute. So anyway, now I get to put these all away. And then try and get some reading done and such. It is already almost 12 again, and these mornings just passed way too fast. And I'm not okay with it. I have now gone through, had lunch and everything, and did my face for Christmas stuff, and my earrings, level vest, and stuffy stuff. I'm trying to be festive, y'all. And I properly waited for this lipstick to dry today, unlike yesterday when I pretty much just put it on and went with it like normal. I didn't realize that technically you're supposed to wait like 2 minutes before you rub your lips together to get the proper glitter effect. And I really like it. New like Christmas lipstick forever. Anyway. She's my Looney Luna. Luna. Come here. Come here. Let me pet you. Rude. Anyway. So, now that I've gotten gifts, lunch, pre-prep dinner-ish out of the way, it is time for me to get back into reading my book, Perks of Being a Wallflower, trying to get some progress in because I have to leave. No! I didn't realize it was that late already. No. Dang it. Well, anyway. About 10 minutes till I have to go to work. Because I took so long with lunch and everything. I thought I had like half an hour. But no. But anyway. Gonna try and read a little bit. And then hopefully if I finish it, I can watch the movie tomorrow while I unload my phone. And then read Pay It Forward. And then watch that movie as well. I got a copy off Amazon just the other day. Because I wanted to have it ready for when I finish the book. Anyway, yeah, let's not waste any more time and get into it. Here we are again, right about midnight, and just getting home from work as per usual, and I am almost finished. That's the wrong side. I'm almost finished with Perks of Being a Wallflower. I have managed to make it to page 179. I get a bulk of my progress done. There's only 213 pages total, so about 33 pages, 34 left till I'm done. So that's maybe half an hour-ish of reading left. So hopefully I can finish that out tonight. Maybe stay up to watch the movie. If not tonight, I will probably be watching it tomorrow at some point. And then moving on to Pay It Forward, which will be my last book of the readathon. And hoping I can finish it because I have like all of it down in the world now. And unfortunately I got confirmation officially now that, yeah, they just put it in the system for those who were approved to have next week off and just didn't tell anyone else. So I have work all next week except Christmas Day after all. But whatever, my score's needed anyway, so it's probably for the best. It's a struggle. This month is a real struggle. But anyway, let's see. How many pages are in here actually? What is this? Someone left you a sticky note. I don't know what this is. It doesn't look like something that should be left in there though. Anyway. So yeah, how many pages? That's what I was looking for. 311. I'm assuming 311 pages. So should be able to finish that hopefully this weekend, depending on what we end up doing this weekend / Christmas. But I'll definitely, I see no reasons why I shouldn't be able to finish this by the end of the readathon. I honestly see no reasons why I shouldn't finish it before the end of the readathon either, but things may happen as it is the last couple days before Christmas. We'll see. But shouldn't be an issue. And then once that is done, I can get back to my regular reading schedule of going through my second pass of S. I did actually manage to finish reading through the actual stories, Ship of Thesis, I think it was the night before the readathon started, so now I have to go back and start reading through all of the annotations and inserts. Technically the part that I was actually excited for to begin with. The original story didn't really gel with me. I wasn't really connecting with it, and so honestly it was a struggle to get through because it's like 4.5. I don't know why I'm saying 4.5, like 450 pages or something around there. It just took forever. Granted, it's because I only read it at home, and usually at home it's hard for me to try and get any like real reading done because I usually am just trying to get things done before work or trying to chill after work and getting distracted. But anyway, so I have that, and then my out and about book shall then be Hunting Prince Dracula, since I'm trying to read this trilogy from the library / reading my copy of Escaping from Houdini. And then that should more or less take us out to pretty close to the new year, hopefully. And then I'm thinking of doing a book jar selection next year. I've got my owl jar that I got from Kroger forever ago filled, well, I say filled, but it's only like a third of the way full of little post-it flags that I wrote on and folded up. So I have all of my current books in there with little stars on the outside to differentiate them from the other ones that are unmarked on the outside for books that are on my wish list that I don't own yet. So I plan to try it out in the new year that whenever I'm looking for a next book, I randomly draw one from the 8-book owl. And if I own the book, then I read it. If I don't own the book, I will use that as the excuse to either look into it at the library or see if I can buy it at that point. So I can actually kind of decide which books I'm getting and which ones not, but we'll see how it goes. That's the general goal of it. Anyway. And how are you now? Then we have Ace messing with the laundry. Ace. Ace. What are you doing? He jumped in it when it was empty the other day. Anyway, I should get to reading and catching up on things and getting all this makeup off my face. And stuff. I'm watching you. Anyway, that's about it. So it is now about 2:20 on Christmas Eve. I did not record this weekend because I was a bit busy with stuff, but also lazy in my busyness. I spent most of Saturday doing editing on my computer, catching up on that, clearing off my phone because it was super full. And then Sunday I ended up doing some reading, both days technically, but yesterday we spent more time just like watching movies. I finally watched A Simple Favor, and we watched, what else did we watch yesterday? I want to say we watched Crimes of Grindelwald as well. Duh, my bad. So I finally got to see those two movies that I've been meaning to watch forever. And so I'm about halfway through with Pay It Forward, if not almost like 2/3 of the way. Because I'm about almost 190 pages into it, and it's like 300 pages-ish. So I should hopefully be able to finish it between today or maybe tomorrow. Since I will actually have tomorrow off, but unfortunately I will be working all the rest of this week, including Saturday. But I see no reason still why I shouldn't be able to finish it by the end of the readathon, which is the day after tomorrow. Technically, Ed and I did already do our early start on the the Harry Potter marathon with the movies today before I came to work. I ended up having to leave before the last like 30 minutes of the movie was over because we watched the extended version, and unfortunately lunch ran a little late with us picking up Olive Garden, so I didn't anticipate quite enough time to be able to finish the movie, but it was pretty close. Ended up heading out like right when they were in the middle of the chess game at the end there. So yeah, hopefully today is going to be pretty chill at work, I'm hoping, and hopefully I can get a little bit of the reading done and just make the best out of working on Christmas Eve pretty much almost all the way till midnight. And then when I get home either tonight or tomorrow morning, Ed and I will go ahead and open presents and such. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, and I'm gonna go inside now before I spend too much time out here. So it is 11:03 and I just got home because we got to go home early and it was lovely. It was a really stressful day though, like in terms of we were so anxious to leave because we came into emails saying that they were already letting people go home early, like 2-3 hours early, before we even had come in for the day. And pretty much the whole day we had like 10 to 20 minute waits between calls as like a minimum, usually around 15 to 20 for the majority of the day. And so we were just anxiously waiting our turn because we're in one of the last couple of shifts. So last time this happened, we were the first team that got told, yeah, no, you don't get to go because there's not enough available people left. So this time we were all like, can we make it? And thankfully we finally managed to. They let us go at like 10:45, which is 45 minutes early. Majority of the day they were getting people out like 2 hours early. And then the team right before ours got the initial stripped down to only an hour, and then we got 45 minutes. But it was real stressful then. We're like, are we gonna do it or not? But most of the day otherwise was pretty chill. I mean, I had a lot of easy calls. Thank God almost everything was just like billing related and like transfers to other departments. So I managed to have like 105-ish or 108, I think, for my calls per day at the end of the night. So I was super happy about that because I desperately needed it to pick up my scores. And hopefully the next couple of days are like that as well. But right now I'm going to go inside, enjoy the last hour of Christmas Eve, maybe do some present opening tonight. I'm not sure. I kind of want to do it tonight, that way I don't have to wait for whenever Ed decides to wake up tomorrow because he's usually sleeping in a lot later than I do. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Also, I did manage to finish Pay It Forward. I managed to finish it like not even halfway through the day. Like I finished it before my lunch break, I think. And I started reading the
the first 5 or 6 pages of Hunting Prince Dracula, but I was just like, this is not Christmassy, and also I was like so like anxious about getting out early, and just everything. I was just like, I can't get into this book right now, even though I had like all of the downtime that I could have gotten so much progress into it. I didn't have the patience for reading after I finished Pay It Forward. So yeah, so I might watch that movie tonight or tomorrow, one of the two. We'll see how it goes, since we didn't technically finish Philosopher's Stone movie yet, depending on whether or not Ed wants to finish it out or not, before we watch Chamber of Secrets tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, so that's it for now. I'm gonna go inside and enjoy the rest of my Christmas.